What is up, YouTube? Touch of Malice here, bringing you guys another account update in Age of Empires Mobile. It's been a long time since I've made one of these account update videos. We have a lot to talk about. So much has happened. A lot has changed. We got new mercenaries. We got almost maxed out T6 research. We've got new heroes, new lineups. A lot has happened. So hold no more. Let's dive straight into it, and that is with Citadel renovation. At town center level 30, you are able to start renovating your city. I have put very little technique points into my military and economic upgrades. There is a reason for that, which I will make a separate video on, because that is an entire topic on its own. Now, I do have a few mercenaries, and those mercenaries are going to be the Persian Immortal, Swiss Pikeman, and Egyptian Chariot Archer. When you look at what infantry does, it's a mistake if you don't have Persian Immortal. Like, it's a mistake. Infantry are dealing so much skill damage and so much activation skill damage that you gotta have that 2% all hero skill damage. And then, Will of Steel, that's just kind of a nice little bonus, but you gotta have Persian Immortal if you're running infantry. It's just so good. For my one pikeman lineup, I do have Swiss pikemen, and a lot of people don't really like Swiss because of what it does. Personally, I think Swiss are actually going to age better. My pikes right now are all focused around passive and turn-based damage, so this just makes sense. Not to mention that if we look at Iron Scale Armor, this is a static 2% damage taken reduction. So what that means is you're going to always have that damage reduction in play. And not only is it always going to be in play, but it's all damage. This is going to be a passive 2% damage taken reduction against strategy damage, might damage, normal attack damage, secondary strike damage. It's really, really underrated. Really underrated. Archers, in a very similar situation to the Persian Immortal. However, with what archers are doing, I don't think that Egyptian Chariot Archers or the Korean Archers are actually that great right now. I'm not saying they're bad. I think that in the future, when we receive more mercenaries, maybe a mercenary focused around secondary strike would be better. But yeah, this is, for what archers are bringing right now, this is honestly just very vanilla, but it's very nice. It's just an increase all hero skill damage. Archers do deal lots of skill damage. Don't get me wrong. This is really good. And then, it's a little vanilla, but it's very, very nice. Now, my mercenary technology is 26% done on pikes, 23% done on infantry, 10% done on archers. That's where I'm at with my technology for mercenaries. On the topic of technology, if we hop on over to my university, oh boy, I'm almost done my T6. Look, I've always got maxed out T6. If you guys have been following me, you know that in the past I've said I don't want to push T7 right away. I don't think T7 is a necessity in order to compete in the endgame. I think with T6 maxed out, as long as you have the right investments, the proper hero pairs, good quality equipment, you're going to be fine and you're going to be alright. And I've shown that time and time again, tried and true, that T6 can do quite well against lots of T7. So I've almost got maxed out T6. I'm going to finish my T6, hop on over to my economic technology, tweak up some of my economic research, and then come back here and start to push my T7. So that's where I'm at on technology. Now, on that topic of troops, if we run over down to my parade ground, I am sitting at just shy over 1.3 million troops. Just shy. So I'm in an okay spot right now. New heroes, new lineups that I've been talking about. Let's dive into it. Work in progress. Very, very work in progress. But I have begun an archer lineup. Yes, I finally have an archer lineup. It's super work in progress. Do I run this lineup in Mightiest Empire? I do. Not all the time. I'll only run this when I am in a winning Mightiest Empire. The reason being is just that it's work in progress. It's not maxed out. It's not super strong. I'll run it when it makes sense. If we're going up against a very, very powerful kingdom where they are obviously going to give us a really good fight, I won't bring this out because it will get killed pretty quickly. But if I'm in a winning Mightiest Empire and I bring it out, it does quite well. It's a very high damage. Teamer is a very high damage dealing hero. He deals a lot of damage. This is my bread and butter right here. This is my bread and butter. Pikes are like the golden galore, man. Cyrus the Great, Boudica, Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa was the best investment I have ever made. Mansa Musa just put me in a position where my pikes were going to be so good when a future warrior came out. Cyrus came out. Mansa Musa was not the primary anymore. He's a support guy. Boudica's there just for that prickly build when you get swarmed. And then Cyrus has that 3-target AoE that just freaking hits people like a truck. My guy. Cyrus's AoE is just through the roof, man. Phenomenal lineup. Phenomenal lineup. Love the Swiss Pikeman. Hey, look, I ran Miyamoto from the very beginning of the beta. And I also said at the very beginning of my Age of Empires mobile stint that I think Harambe is one of the best infantry heroes from the Tavern. And I'm going to stick to that. Miyamoto, Mehmed, Harambe. It's such a buffed lineup. The way you look at this lineup is scratch out Mehmed, scratch out Hammurabi. It's just Miyamoto. This lineup is just like a Superman version of Miyamoto. Mehmed is going to be there to take damage reduction every time you receive healing. On top of that, he's going to be taking damage reduction on a skill and giving you damage output amplification if that's what triggers instead of damage taking reduction. Harambe, what Harambe is going to be doing is that he's just going to be dealing damage over time while increasing your commander's might damage. Your commander, which is going to be Miyamoto. So this lineup really is just like a super buffed version of Miyamoto, and it kicks ass. One of my best lineups right now is going to be Lagertha, as a matter of fact. Lagertha, Tribuana, Yodit. Lagertha has a little bit of a slower rage cycle going into battle with 50 initial rage, but Tribuana is going to help with that by increasing the activation chance of her signature skill, which is going to be awesome because every time this skill pops off, you have a chance to recast it. So, Tribuana is going to be there to kind of help out combat Lagertha's slow rage cycle. And then Yodit is there to just do what Yodit does best. She's just outputs damage, damage immunity state. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. So that's where I'm at with my lineups. I have 3 lineups that I'm consistently running every single Mightiest Empire. That being Cyrus, Miyamoto, and Lagertha. And then sometimes I'll take out my archers for a spin if it makes sense. I am still using the Japanese civilization. I've said in the past that I do believe this is the best swordsman civilization for infantry players, and I am sticking to that. Swordsman defense are great. Attack bonus against player Citadel is awesome if you want to swarm cities, and the attack against tribes is super unrelated. This is going to make it a lot easier for you to push in Mightiest Empire prep stage, and when you take into consideration how many PvE events are in this game, without a doubt, if you were a hardcore infantry player, this is the civilization for you. As for the equipment I've got going on, equipment's coming through. I've decided to take a step back and slow down a little bit on my archer investments and just kind of pump the brakes a little bit, at least until a new archer warrior comes out. For now, the main focus right now is going to be my Cyrus lineup, my Miyamoto lineup, and my Lagertha lineup. That's where I'm at with equipment on my main lineups, and yeah. If you guys enjoy these videos, let me know down below or whatever. I'm very excited with I'm very happy with how my account has turned out, and I'm very, very excited for the future of Age of Empires Mobile. This is a very pivotal time to be in this game. Migration is around the corner. We have multiple server PvP events right around the corner. There's going to be a Mightiest Empire with 4 servers in 1 coming out soon. So this is a very exciting time to be part of this game, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think the future of this game is going to be awesome. Anyways, my name is Touch of Malice, and if you guys enjoyed this video, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.